Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Endwalker. In the last episode, we continued knocking out some odd jobs here in Labyrinthos. I'm trying to find people that the LABYRINTHOS can provide assistance to, and a couple other things. Eorzea ended up bumping into Moonbreeda's parents, and they had a little bit of a heart-to-heart, and kind of helped Eorzea get that particular weight off of his shoulders. And that's good. And we also just recently helped out Graha take care of a little bit of business for Kokol. Make sure that his foundry is ready to go for the adamantite when it arrives, which should hopefully be soon. So, let's go ahead and talk to Kokol and let him know and see where we go. Phew. I can feel those flames ablazing from here. Glad you found someone capable, Graha, but there's not much left for you lot to do. Unless you can conjure up that refined adamantite any faster. Well, just kind of gotta wait. I do trust you to deliver your promise, I do, only I hate waiting. I want that adamantite and I want it now. Yeesh. We share your impatience. I assure you, is there truly nothing else we can assist with in the meantime? I wish. The sitting about's unbearable. Pity the forum frowns on recreational explosions. Kind of like this lullaby. Well, so long as they can't prove it was premeditated. Get you gone. I have mistakes to make. In that case, I suppose I should go and return the key to the reactor. I'll have one more look to make sure that nothing else has gone wrong, unintentionally or otherwise. I'm certain there are better uses for your time, however. I will join you in Charlene Hamlet anon. Any smoke rising from the building behind me will be entirely unrelated to what I didn't say. Got it? Hey. Whatever floats it for you. But yeah, it's always fun to blow things up. Alright. There we are. Wait for anything else to do. If you wait here, your companions are bound to turn up sooner or later. Yep. We'll just chill here. And suddenly, daytime. Or we just waited that long.
All set, I take it?
Yeah.
We finished what we could. Delivered supplies, tracked down escaped animals. Trivial tasks as they may be.
Well, somebody's got to do it.
That's enough, don't you think? If there was anything more important still undone, that would be a problem in itself.
The vessel is essentially ready for departure. All that remains is to load the final batch of supplies and see everyone on board. Once we've readied the ether burner, that is.
Ah, had a feeling we might find you all here.
Our consultations with the LABYRINTHOS, too, have run their course. Pleased I am to say that our researchers' concerns have, for the most part, been allayed, though some insist on making adjustments to the very end. For their part, Livingway and her peers have graciously offered to stay and keep the people company, lest any lingering queries go unanswered.
All that remains is to wait for the refined adamantite.
Right on cue.
Alphino, are you there? It's me, Cryle. Your special delivery has arrived. Round up everyone and come to the harbor at once.
Speak of the devil. Let us go at once.
Forgive the intrusion, Master Fortuner. I bring urgent news. A great commotion has broken out in Scholar's Harbor. Your presence is requested, with all speed.
Oh. Don't worry that much, Fortuno. It's exactly what you need.
Now, where might this delivery be? Oh.
Well, that's a lot of stuff.
I'm sure it's very important, but we cannot accept these without the proper permits.
By the 12! Surely, these can't all be.
Bleeding hellfire! They're bringing them by sea and by air. All these folks in these crates.
And more on the way. Got your adamantite right here. A bigger haul than any of these sorry bastards brought, and that's no lie.
Yes, because you were charged with seeing the shipments from Gridania and Uldar here, along with your own. Give credit where credit is due.
Sounds like the sorry whinging of a sore loser. An hypocrite to boot. Ain't no way a scrawny whelp like you took a dozen steps inside a Dalamon shard.
I'll have you know I went all the way to the entrance. Furthermore, 'twas my contacts that enabled us to enlist the cooperation of the Sky Pirates.
Left you outside so you wouldn't get anyone killed, did they? Well then, credit where credit's due, you did a right fine job sitting on your ass.
Take that back.
Make me.
I will
Still
not stoop to your level.
bickering like a pair of brothers.
My, what a grand welcome party.
Hancock and Saraban.
We come bearing relics both sacred and Allagan, as well as a few other gifts that may be of help, to be presented with best wishes from the Eastern Alliance. Our friends in Bosnia, for instance, have sent along a few artifacts for the brave allies of the Resistance. That's you.
I myself have come with a sacred relic of the Kojin. Upon learning of your need, Bunchin bade me deliver it on behalf of the Blue with all haste. Fearing I could not swim here with the necessary speed, however, I thought to beg our Confederate allies for aid. To my delight, Hancock was already preparing for departure at the selfsame port, and had space for additional cargo.
We did, of course, need quite the impressive vessel to get it all here in time. Fortunately, our majestic associates have been more than helpful. 'Tis an honor to join the Warrior of Light on another adventure, they tell me.
That is all wonderful to hear, but what of the extraordinary cost? I shudder to think of the ransom we must pay for such a bounty.
Still thinking about what you did with Gosetsu's sword.
Fret not for your coin purse, young Alphino. Lord Lolorito looks ever towards the profits of the future, and thus the East Aldenar Trading Company went to some lengths to reduce the financial liability. And since the Scions funded the entire venture, not a gill need be rendered up in compensation. Everything is already yours.
We paid for it? Already?
We funded the venture. When?
Of course.
Don't let the name fool you. This coin keeper knows a thing or two about spending. When it comes to capital investiture, a sprinkling of gil here and there will not do. You need enough savings to make waves when it really counts, which is why frugality is paramount. We also had the benefit of a generous patron. Generous being rather an understatement. She has supported us from the shadows since the very founding of the Scions. We even had coffers to fill.
Ah, millions.
Mother!
Millions.
I remain, of course, an entirely neutral party. I simply thought our family's coffers were needlessly full.
So he's essentially been supporting the Scions unbeknownst to him. His family has been supporting the Scions. It's more like. Through a
We
millions.
can hardly take them with us on your teeny tiny toy boat, now can we? And 'twould be a shame to leave all that hard-earned wealth unspent. Waste not.
However did you manage so much in so short a time, though? We expected word to reach only a fraction of our allies.
Did I not tell you I have my ways?
Erenville?
Erenville? You were involved too.
I received a letter from Cryle after we parted ways in Labyrinthos. She explained what the Scions were trying to accomplish, and why you might soon require the services of the Gleaners, spread across the world as we are. I pray you do not interpret this as a betrayal of Charlie. I accept that the Forum's aim in pushing us to our limits was to preserve what knowledge we have, and I bear you no ill will for it. Yet, in collecting that knowledge, what I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know. That is why I chose to help the Scions, to combat the obliteration of those countless undiscovered wonders. I held no illusions that they would be less demanding taskmasters, though, rest assured, if I had, I would have been sorely disappointed. To make a long story short, the whole of the guildship cooperated to ensure your call was heard far and wide.
Ah. Sid. And Biggs.
What's this about
and
a
Wedge.
ship that can fly to the moon?
And Nero.
And why didn't you mention it sooner? The one time you don't beg my aid, your problem's a bloody ship that can fly to the moon.
Sid, you brought the team.
Of course. Garland Ironworks' finest. You need only point us towards my new favorite ship. Oh, I nearly forgot. We stopped by Whirlit before coming here and picked up a package from Gaius. He's still of the mind that actions make for better penance than words, contrite or otherwise, so we offer none of the latter. What he sent is an Allagan relic Valen's used in his weapons experiments. Has a fair bit of refined adamantite in it too.
Well, good to put some of that to actually more productive use.
As you like us not suspect, we've also brought adamantite for Mordona's Dalamud shard. I admit to some consternation upon first receiving Kryle's message. So few Scions remain at the Rising Stones now. Far too few for such an expedition. However,
The Gleaners were able to secure us reinforcements. Idleshire's treasure hunters, not least among them.
Fascinating as all this is, I fail to see how it explains your presence here. Does Razat Han not have more pressing concerns?
Ah, yes, Varshan and Nadana are here.
We do. Yet averting the final days would be the most expedient solution. That, and I am indebted to you. Though they chose to take their leave of Thavnair, those you saved in Galimund remain my people. My gratitude is beyond words. 'Tis appropriate that I aid you in kind. If in the doing we bring salvation to others of this star, so much the better. You will recall that I spoke of my father, Midgard Summer, and his journey across the great expanse. As he traveled betwixt the stars, his resplendent scales drank of the ether in those nigh empty surrounds, and imparted to him the strength to persevere. Thinking they might further your cause, I called out to my kin for consent. Ajdaya's answer was silence, as ever.
We haven't met Ajdaya yet.
Tiamat and Hrisvelgre, however, responded favorably to the suggestion. My sire, too, gave his assent. Thus have I brought you his own worm scales. Fit them to your purpose, and seek a worthier fate for us all.
You'd be hard-pressed to find someone else so familiar with the unique properties of dragon scales. So I invited myself along.
And you're more than welcome to join.
Bugger me, this is so unbelievable. I've gone right back round to believing it again. Forget a 6% gain in efficiency. With all these goodies, we could get 7, no, 10, no, 14 bleeding percent. Think of how far we could go. What we could do with that much power. What we could blow up.
I like how you think.
If Kokol is duly convinced, then it must be true. In which case, the Scion's end of the bargain has been fulfilled. Would you not agree?
I would think so.
Yes, Father?
I know not what you seek of Hydaelyn, nor for what purpose you would take command of our ship. Yet this much is certain. To do so will be to dictate the fate of this star and the lives upon it. The lives of each and every creature, in their magnitude and their fragility. Do you understand? And are you prepared?
We have seen and we have felt how much each life shapes this world. And so we are determined to abandon none. We understand what is at stake, and we are prepared to bear this burden.
Then I will bear it with you.
It's about time.
I beg you, share your struggles with me. As family. You grasped my fingers with such tiny hands the day you were born. I thought my heart might burst. 'Twas love and happiness beyond expression. Overwhelming, and a conviction so powerful that I trembled with something close to rage. I had heard the final days foretold. I swore to myself then and there that I would not let them steal your futures. The great exodus would succeed, must succeed. No sacrifice or sin was worse than the alternative. If anything gave me pause, 'twas mine own father. The Archon Louisoix openly decried Charlian's policies, a perspective which I regarded with increasing disdain as I grew older. Yet even as part of me thought him a fool, perhaps I also hoped that he, of all people, would devise a brilliant means to save my children. A naive hope, but stubborn enough that I could never bring myself to keep you apart. No, that was his doing, when he perished at Cartano, as we pulled that twisted slab of Dalamud from the sea. I remembered the warmth of your newborn touch. Chastened, I vowed never again to suffer any interference in my mission to protect you. No matter that you yourselves wished otherwise. Detest me, fight me tooth and nail, I would suffer it, and more, and be satisfied so long as I could force you onto the ship. I was wrong. You two have grown so much stronger and so much wiser than I dared dream. You have earned the right to walk your own path, and already begun to do so.
Good. Because there are things we care about, and people we love, and none of them is replaceable. Not a one.
It cannot have been an easy journey for you to have come so far.
We shall be glad to acquaint you with the finer details someday, once this danger has passed. All that we have seen and heard, that we have felt and learned in our travels. Ours is not a kind world, but it is beautiful. Always.
Oh no. Are you quite sure that's wise? After all, someone turns pale and flees the room when he sees so much as an envelope containing word of your adventures. Whatever will happen if he learns what you were really up to?
Amelians. Though I have wronged my children most gravely, I owe you an apology as well.
Yes, you do.
I assumed that it was the Scion's influence that made them so keen to charge headlong into danger. Yours, in particular. I see now that said influence instead brought them together with the many fine people gathered here today. In which case, I hope you continue to guide them.
If we've finished loitering about the harbor, might I suggest we put our plans into motion? People are beginning to look confused.
Yes, this is a rather public venue to be having this conversation.
Perhaps you can spare a few words ere they resume the tedious lugging of cargo. You have no small number of friends and admirers here after all.
Alright, well. I guess we'll just go with me. Take the tires and light the fires.
Your assistance is appreciated. Now, in an orderly fashion, if you please.
All right, then. Let's see what everybody's thoughts are. Tataru? My throat hurts from directing so many people to Labyrinthos. That only proves we got our money's worth. All right, Kyle? I'll apologize for not informing you earlier of Erendil's involvement. He was something of a contingency plan. Thank goodness we had him and his fellow gleaners on hand, though. It would have been monstrously difficult to locate Sid and transport the Hannish delegation here otherwise. All right, Alice? I had no idea how massive a weight it was until you lifted it off my shoulders, but more importantly, his words were an affirmation of the path we walk is the right one. Part of me might have been satisfied so long as my family and friends survived the final days, but to save this star is what we all want most. And if those same people believe that I can help see it done, who am I to say otherwise? Come on, me. I will fight for this world of ours until the very end. Alright, Graha. I cannot wait to see what our friends from the Ironworks do with the ship. Alright, Thancred. If I never see another crate again, it will be too soon. Alright, and Eorzea? Unaided, we Scions could never have gathered such a bounty. Refined adamantite, relics sacred and ancient alike. I find myself quite overcome. Alright, Y'shtola? Lee sent a letter along with Gridania's contribution. It seems she traveled there to aid their adamantite recovery. Evidently, journeying to Gridania was quite the trial, as was getting into the Dalamud Shard, as was searching its depths. I suspect she'll have a few kind words to say about the Alligans when next we meet. Alright, Estinian? Yeah, we've had our fair share of run-ins with Alligan tech. The time has come to claim our prize. Are you prepared? Alright. Let's go. Off and on. We finally managed to clear the harbor, which means the rest is in the engineer's capable hands. Meanwhile, Father has issued to us an invitation. As was agreed, he will reveal the means by which Hyland may be contacted. We are to meet him at Aporia when we're ready. Given the vital knowledge she holds, I suggest we leave without delay. It transpires, however, that the Forum's method for speaking with her is not without risks. I'm curious to hear what those might entail, but regardless, be warned. Most of those who arrive with the Adamantite have offered to stay and see to any remaining tasks that need doing. The Forum has already asked for my assistance in overseeing the process, so you needn't worry about a thing. Thank you, Tataru. We're off to Aporia, then. Alright, let's go. Alright, Fortuno. Yummy. I have already shown the others inside. We want to speak with Clara Lane. She has the key to the lift and can send you down after me. Very well. There's Clara Lane. With Master Fortuno, yes. Just step inside the lift here. Okay. From here, we proceed to the heart of Labyrinthos, and its most closely guarded secret, Almazane. It marks the beginning and end of our efforts, whence we delved to seek audience with the star, and whence we will embark on our journey to the heavens. This way, if you please. Alright then. And there she is. Definitely got some elegant tech. But seems somewhat small for purpose, if I may say so. I bid you welcome to Thalmazane. Direct your attention towards the center to behold the ark over which we have long labored. It's a pretty ship, though. As you can see, 'twas designed as a medium-sized craft, better to reduce fuel consumption. Miniaturizing magics have been applied to its interior to ensure that the thrust-to-weight ratio does not place too great a limitation on its freight capacity. So it's bigger on the inside? Alright. Rather, the inside has been miniaturized so that it feels bigger on the inside. The ether burner, as you know, has been removed for further modification, but we shall reattach it soon enough. I have received word that Kukul and several of your allies are working on it with an intense fervor. Probably Sid. They are sure to see it done. 'Twas their expertise that many a prior disaster was averted, or 'twas by their expertise. If anything, I fear they will not afford us much time for speaking with Hydaelyn ere they finish. Point taken. Let's move on. I must warn you again, however, that even with the benefit of our device, to treat with her is not a simple feat. Alright then. Okay, just turn the music up a little bit, so it's feeling a little low. Alright. You're still alive? We must learn of Hydaelyn's greater plan. We can only hope that she also knows the current location of Meteion. And we can do neither if we do not focus on whatever trial awaits us within. Trial? If meeting Hydaelyn proves difficult even for the Forum, then perhaps I... tis an unformed idea at this phase. I'm afraid I will duly inform you if anything comes of it. Oh, an unformed idea. Okay, I'll say. I can well imagine the zeal with which they're working on the ether burner, and all I can say is that I'm glad we have something to do other than get in their way. Once it's ready, we'll see to it the ship is put to good use. Alright. Alphino? I think how many generations labored for this end, and that we aim higher still. We must spare no preparation, and that means speaking with Hydaelyn, no matter the cost. Alright, Estinian. You feel it too, don't you? The ship is impressive, but it pales in comparison to the vast primordial power beneath our feet. Eorzea? It would seem enchantments most advanced have been woven into the ship's very bones. Wilfson and Bluvida were doubtless called upon for their expertise in teleportation magics. Graha. It was the elegants who first combined the mechanical and ethereal sciences into a revolutionary discipline. Given that the ship is nothing short of a technological marvel in that precise vein, elegant salvage should suit it well. Right. And Thinkred? I'll doubt this is what Erenville meant when he said that there remains much we do not know, but I still can't believe everything that was hidden underneath the city this entire time. Let's go, take a little closer inspection. And, Yeah. That's something down there. Okay. Let's talk to Fortuno. I've done what I can to impress upon you the gravity of what lies ahead. Are you prepared? Certainly. And I can now fly. Excellent. We make for the lift at the center of this chamber. Come. So it won't let us fly in here. Okay. Alright. Trial. We should hope the Master Fortuno has more to share ere sending anyone stumbling into the ethereal sea. All I say, with the ship in the way, I didn't even notice this was here. Yeah, this thing here. Alphino, this doesn't strike me as particularly dangerous unless one is afraid of lifts. Stola. The ether here is more brilliant than I have ever seen. Linkred. They must employ a full cohort of engineers just to maintain the lifts. Graha. Am I the only one feeling terribly nervous? Surely not. And Eorzea. As a means of communing with the heart of the star, it is disappointingly mechanical in design. What were you expecting? And Astidian, I doubt there's anything worth worrying over, not for Hydaelyn's champion at any rate. Alright, Fortuno. As you all know, alongside our physical world exists an ethereal plane, what we refer to as the ethereal sea. At the heart of the star, the physical and ethereal are one and the same. Thus, the deeper we go, the easier it becomes to pass between said planes. We utilize this principle in constructing the anti-tower, and once more here in Thalmazane. No sooner did the Forum decide to withdraw from Eorzea than we began work on this facility. Our work culminated in a device that allowed us to peer deeper into the ethereal sea than ever before, in search of Hydaelyn's ever fainter echoes. The AETHER. And you communicate with her through this device? For a time, yes. But since the 7th Emerald Calamity, it has been rare to hear even a whisper. If you wish to reach her, you must journey closer to the center of the star than we have ever dared, beyond the AETHER. Even so, I make no guarantee that you will find her, nor of your safety, not so deep in the ethereal sea. We understand, but if we are to deliver this world, we have no choice but to try. I know. Only wish we could do more than observe your progress from afar. The AETHER's ocular lens, by which we may peer into the ethereal sea without placing ourselves at hazard, lies above us. Through it, we can watch and guide you. In those swirling depths, there are pockets of ether so dense and turbulent that they can unravel one's soul. If we determine that you are at risk of coming into contact with such a pocket, we will recall you with teleportation magics. To that end, it would be best if one familiar with the composition of your souls remained here to assist in assessing said risk. Otherwise, there is an increased probability that we will extract you too early or too late. Please, allow me. Trial. I've thought upon this much, and, in truth, I do not believe that I am fit to join you in the trials ahead. The events of the Tower of Babel drained me, yes, but even before that, your capabilities far outstripped my own. This is no time to have a weak link on our vanguard, no matter how much she may wish it were otherwise. If I assist in the manner that Master Fortuno has laid out, however, I may still be of use. Will you trust in me to do so? Absolutely. I can think of none I'd trust more. Compared to all the effort you put into keeping us alive while our souls were in the first, preventing us from dissolving into ether on a single expedition ought to pose no challenge at all. And even if we did, I expect you would hunt us down and restore us to health somehow. You flatter me, but rest assured that I will be keeping close eye on all of you. There's one more thing. Those in ages past referred to the ethereal sea as the underworld, our final resting place. In its embrace, is memory washed away, leaving only the purity of one's soul, or so we believe. Yet what of these memories? Few think to ask what becomes of them, cast adrift on the ethereal tides. Some theorize that they linger for some time, those associated with strong sentiment in particular. In those depths, memories of the departed may even coalesce around you, for hatred or for love. Thus do I caution you to be wary, but also have faith. Remember those who did gladly extend a hand to you, that they may lift you up once more. Alright, the AETHER scope is now accessible. Alright, let me check my time. Okay, I think I'm probably going to end the episode here. And we'll start with the AETHER scope when we start next episode. Alright, so. For now, then. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.